that's got to be, that's fundamental. Because then you can essentially recoup all of your mass fraction delta V in Earth orbit. You can leave with full tanks. And it could be from low Earth orbit, or something that's maybe elliptical or something like that if you want to go higher energy. But that's crucial for getting to Mars. The moon is neither here nor there. I mean, using the moon would be like, okay, if you want to cross the Atlantic, maybe you want to go to Iceland, probably not, But, to visit, sure, but it's not like a mandatory stop,
Yeah. And also, for the mission to Mars, what advancements, we talk a lot about hardware and physics problems, and what about advancements in software? The reason I bring this up, recently, are you familiar with the game designer Jonathan Blow? He referenced you in a keynote he was given, and he said that you had talked about technology naturally decays because skills naturally fade. And one of the things he identified was a decay in software, a degradation in software. Is this something we have to address in doing something like going to Mars, and since all of this stuff runs on software?
Well, software is an increasing part of any piece of technology. I mean, Tesla, the car is extremely configurable. It's basically like a laptop on wheels. So software matters enormously there. And really, for example, for full autonomy, the only gating factor is software. The hardware is all there that's required. It has been for the last couple of years. Well, the final piece of hardware was upgrading the computer to have more compute power. So software is extremely important. The point you're alluding to, which is that, what I was referring to is technology does not automatically improve.
Right.
People are used to the phone being better every year. Although, and I'm an iPhone user, but I think like some of the recent software updates have been like not great. Certainly feeding it to that point. It like broke my email system. Like what the? This is like quite fundamental. So yeah, there sure is a lot of software out there, and some of it's like the people that wrote it are retired or maybe dead. So like now, how do you fix it? It's going to be an issue. I think we definitely need a lot more smart people working software.
And not just troubleshooting old problems.
Not just troubleshooting old problems. It's actually very important to retire old code bases and not just maintain them forever, because the difficulty of maintaining them becomes extremely high. Yeah. At a certain point, you just got to redo the code base.
So we'll come back to the Mars mission, because I know we've got some audience questions on that. We're at a satellite conference, so I'm going to ask you some questions about satellites. Starlink. What's the long-term vision for Starlink? How do you see the role of Starlink as it relates to mobile broadband and 5G?
Sure. So, I mean, the whole purpose of SpaceX is really to help make life multiplanetary. But the revenue potential of launching satellites, servicing the space station and whatnot, that's, taps out around $3 billion a year. But I think providing broadband is more like an order of magnitude more than that, probably $30 billion a year, as a rough approximation. And we're still like probably below 5% at that point. So it's not like, I want to be